How is up, everyone? It's your boy, Forrest Gump! I'm very good at running, and today we're going to have a little discussion about the current Choose Your Three Houses runnings. Now, to no one's surprise, well, that's what I like to say, but some people really are surprised about the fact that Three Houses hold such a dominant spot in Choose Your Legends 2020. Now, some say it's recency bias, but I mean, Three Houses is also just legitimately a good game. See, the problem with this whole thing is that not only is Three Houses good, but Choose Your Legends have already gone through 3 years of voting already. So any champion that could have gone against Three Houses have already been voted in, while the ones remaining are, well, guys who are placed lower. I wouldn't be too mad if they actually decided to have Three Houses take a break for a year. But anyway, as a result, guys like Marth get screwed over again over his practically guaranteed position as a result. Still, well, I think that Marth is the most iconic character for while he was our poster boy and most definitely a paragon example of a fine hero. I think that's also where the problem with him lies. He came from an age where he's more of a generic hero that do good, whereas today's hero seems to be more, they have more attitude and mental illness. Kind of a shame too, because I actually kind of like Marth, and he's been my favorite that I've been in Smash since Melee. But the situation just never seems to favor him, it looks like. I mean, at this point, you can't even just say, oh yeah, he might win next time, because there's always been next time for him. You never know what may happen. There could be another fun and exciting thing called, like, well, there is already going to be 4 houses with that update, so you never know if Yuri turns out to be so popular that Marth gets screwed over again. So, if you're going to vote Marth, it's best if you go for him all the way. There's still a chance for him to win in 3rd place. Now, on the other hand, brain damage Dimitri. Now, this man, he's practically putting a gun over people's head because he suffers significant mental illness and looks like a homeless big boss. So he's practically putting a gun in people's head and be like, vote for me! Because you know what? It's kind of funny because I recall people were not too impressed with him when he was first initially introduced because, you know, he looks kind of like a guy, a normal hero with French fries hairs, and all of a sudden he goes around killing every last one of them. If not even that, at least, well, you know, his new design with that coat and the badass eye patch is also really easy on the eyes. I vote for him, but honestly, he doesn't need my help. Girls like him, everybody likes him, he's got mental illness, he's definitely got it in the bag. There's no way he's probably gonna lose. I mean, I wish I could say more about Dimitri, but honestly, I haven't finished Blue Lions yet, so I'm probably gonna have to go and do that within the next 2 weeks before the aforementioned 4 Houses DLC come out. So the only other thing I can add is this. God, dude, I really hate Fire Emblem Heroes sometimes. Why? Because if a unit becomes a cavalry, they get no points in Arena. I hate that kind of crap. I hate the point system in general. And I hate that they're now releasing duo heroes for that kind of crap instead of just fixing the issue, you know, and fixing with like a Band-Aid Ace slot or something stupid like that. They just need to get rid of it. I don't even care about points. And again, I don't know, some people need points to feel justified, to feel like, oh yeah, you know, I'm number 1. Whatever, dude. Anyway, so if Dimitri becomes a cav again, say he wants to play being Rodrigue or something, it'll suck for him in the arena. And other points, other modes that needs points, such as well, that stupid defense thing, and also the Allegiance battle. Those will all suck for him. I hate that so much. Anyway, so Michael Jackson, Claude, on the other hand, instead of suffering mental illness, he's just an all-around cool guy trying to end racism, trying to defeat the evils of racist Roy and racist Jill. I personally think that he's charming, if not a little boring, compared to the rest of the mental illness students at school. I think he perfectly deserves 2nd place. Voice acting, just generally good attitude after Dimitri. But psst, I actually like Marth more than him. I would have otherwise dumped all my votes on Marth to see him get second at least. Too bad I'm not voting on the guys this time around though, because I'm voting for Bernadetta. Why? Because I absolutely adore stupid things. See, my original plan was to vote for people who suffer mental illness at school for fun. So basically Bernie, Dimitri, Rhea, that sort of thing. I started off with Bernie first, but then for some stupid reason, the midterm came early, and I'm like, wow, dude, Dimitri's gonna be okay. Of course, it's also me being kind of complacent. Honestly, the more I think about it, the more I feel like if you're gonna support a character, you should just support a character all the way, instead of wasting votes. That way, you can still influence your character's position, or at the very least, tell Faye that, hey, there's more awareness to the more obscure characters that you support. Although, honestly, I don't think Faye cares about anything beyond top 10 or top 20. I feel like any votes for characters, such as me, Forrest Gump, are just gonna get wasted. I'd much rather try and influence the runners in the front first. That being said, why Bernadetta? Well, for one, like Marth, what being third means is that Bernie actually has a shot. As I mentioned before, I love stupid things. So if Bernie were to win, she'd be Brave Bernadetta. Brave Bernadetta! A completely ridiculous title, because Bernie is everything but brave. In a Reddit post I made, a guy named Prince Bikibo mentions that he wants her to be an armored unit carrying her door as a shield. That's such a stupid idea, I absolutely adored it. And I gave him my blessings. In fact, I even said that, I'm going to commission some artists to go and make that into a reality. This dude, Kaiza93, saw that and even did a fan art for free of such a deplorable idea as seen here. I knew then, Door Knight Bernadetta is absolutely amazing. Brave Bernadetta is amazing. I have found my calling. I would support the Door Girl with everything I've got, despite the fact that Dimitri might dip, or that, Marth actually deserves a win. But anyway, I wouldn't be lying if I said I wasn't pleasantly pleased third, because my initial calculation was, I'm sure that Edelgard would definitely have it, first of all, and that Eureka will probably make up for lost time, get second or some shit like that. And that Lysithea would definitely score high, because I always knew she would be popular. Among other Three Houses girls like Dorothea, I thought that, I also thought that So Dis might be ranked a bit higher, because, there's just so many amazing sassiness coming from her, man. And then there's that stupid Christmas stunt that made her really popular. But it turns out that I was really wrong about that. Even though, So Dis has a nice alt, gives us lots of presents, she actually ranked much lower than I had originally anticipated. I think it's likely attributed to the fact that, much as Sothis would have been an interesting character, Sothis didn't have a chance to go to war to further distinguish herself as a character. I honestly would have liked a Sothis DLC that tells more of the story, or maybe from the ancient days, or maybe some alternate story, or maybe even something stupid like Bela turning into Sothis or something like that. Imagine that happening in class, he just randomly turns into this giant Raditz hair girl, and just Raditz is so cool, dude. I love characters with long hair. It's so amazing. But anyway, at any rate, I knew that Three Houses female were going to be strong in the ranking regardless. So Lysithea being second was no surprise to me. And, I too have a thing for small white-haired gremlins, So, speaking of them, both Edelgard and Lysithea have plenty of motivation. They're great characters. They have perfectly justified hatred for dual crests. Edelgard in particular is an anti-hero. She's also someone who's a doer, and will actively go out to bring about change at any cost. I like that kind of attitude. I like those kinds of people. We can go for hours arguing about whether if that shit was justified or not. But, I'm not going to say much else besides the fact that she's much different from most playable lords, because we'd be spending all day talking about, oh yeah, Edelgard, yeah, she's an awful person. No, Edelgard's a great person. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. But I will say this, that despite the fact that she's a cold hard bitch, she still have traces of being a giddy schoolgirl, which is definitely a plus to me. Especially that time when she transformed into Bernadetta and mutated into a door. Very, very cute. Hey, what? She's a door now! She became a door, and she tells me don't come in here. What happened?
What the hell?
She became a door! She became Bernadetta and became a door. And the door is telling me not to come in. Let's see why.
She's...
Professor!
Halt!
Don't come in here.
Hasn't this happened
I told you
before?
to forget about that. There's something I don't want you to see. So, you know about it. Yes, it's a portrait of you. I painted it myself. It's, quite disgraceful. I did a terrible job with it, and it looks nothing like you. I'm happy that you appreciate my efforts, but please don't touch that door.
Into a door of her own. How can a person become a door? That and the fact that she, most importantly, is perfectly capable of commanding an army by herself, yet still looks to us for support. And I find that cute. That's just amazing. It's really cute. Honestly, I think Crimson Flower as a route was done. It should be done with more details because it was too short for the so bad guy campaign. I absolutely love being the evil Empire, so much so that that was my very first playthrough. Not that I knew that things would have gone that way, but I like Edelgard, so I picked Edelgard. It turns out, hey, Edelgard's evil. Honestly, I would have joined the Flame Emperor in the early days of the Academy, fighting alongside Donkey Kong or something. No, I mean, Lysithea has good character, but she's also a meme in one of herself because she absolutely destroys Donkey Kong with her dark spiked teeth. Though I haven't managed to do that myself due to bad luck recruiting of her on both hard on Manning, so instead I had to go do this the hard way with Baelith or Dimitri or even Ferdinand Vanaya! Still, I mean, I get the appeal. I mean, she's also the absolute strongest mage in the game. Strength and power, meme and character on her side, she was at least third in my book. So her taking second only behind Edelgard was definitely no surprise to me. So, when our unkempt door girl, just hiding in the room all day, gets third, it was honestly a surprise for me. Because there's also, Eureka Dorothea, although I don't know why they chose War-Weary Dorothea rather than JoJo Dorothea, who I thought was cooler, Baelith, female Baelith, and many of the old guards. It wasn't like situation with Marth, where he had a good spot among the other Fire Emblem lords, only to get screwed around by Dimitri and Claude. Bernie isn't anyone special. Bernie isn't particularly strong. She doesn't have much significance to the story. She's not a lord, and her personality is as stale as the piss on her underwear. So why is she third? Now, if you ask me, I think that her dad, Count Varley, might have actually succeeded in what he had planned for Bernadetta. In making her this ideal wife with this whole chair tying session training and whatnot, she developed into a brain damaged personality that just so happens to make people want to protect. It kind of makes you think, right? But say if Bernie was a guy and has this personality of, hiding in a room all day or in the basement and compare and stale underwear, piss, say something like, well, maybe not Ignace, but you know how it is. Ignace has ridiculous personality as well. We'll probably never see them rank in the top 20s. Nope. So, anyway, although I don't find that Bernie actually has a particularly deep character by herself, her interactions with other characters, serious characters like Hubert or Felix or Ingrid, they're amusing. They make you laugh. The whole passing out with Hubert or Felix and the secret technique and the door smashing Ingrid thing. Bernie practically bends them to her will. The way she acts just changes them. It makes them into amusing characters. In my opinion, how you affect other characters is the most important thing about a character. And since I like amusing things, Bernie has always been one of my favorites in Three Houses. Honestly, when I first saw her, Three Houses, you see the pictures of these, but you don't really know much about them. I wasn't too into Bernie. I was more Lysithea. But then, Edelgard first, and then Lysithea. But, then it turns out that Bernie's got brain damage. Bernie corrupts people. Bernie makes people act differently. So, because she's third, I'm going to give my all to make this door-wielding warrior a reality. Anyway, since we're about out of time, let's talk about the lower-ranked dudes and call it a day. So, for example, Plumeria, 8th place. 8th fucking place, above both Sothis and Rhea. The old favorites, such as Robin, or racist Jill, and even the always present Anna. Goddamn, dude, what does she even do in Fire Emblem Heroes? She'll up and say one line? She haven't even done anything lewd. The only thing about her is her stupid title, Lewd Dreams. It just goes to show that either people enjoy stupid things just as much as I do, because I'd probably vote for her too if I had nothing better to vote on, so we can get it someone with a stupid title like Lewd Brave Hero or something like that. Or that, maybe there isn't even a vote to begin with, and this whole ordeal is just an arbitrary thing between IS devs that, they pretend is a vote. I doubt the latter, but I guess, our population just like lewd and stupid things. And finally, for the guys, first off, even above Plumeria for stupid things, I'd probably vote for Brave Burger King. I like to see what Brave Burger King would have been like. I've said this before, but I far prefer the mysterious Burger King over another guy with blue hair like Zogius or something like that. Alright, at least make the reveal like a big stupid twist or something. If there's gonna be a reveal. Alright, can you imagine? Alright, get this. That it was Grail all along. He faked his own death by having another dude wear the armor and take him down, quote unquote. And then, when they finally fight, they end it with a cheesy line like, I am your father. But anyway, I'm pretty damn curious as to what they'll do with the Burger King armor. If I'm a brave hero, I'd be perfectly satisfied if they just make him wear a Burger King crown and a kingly coat over his armor or something. Or maybe even give him the king's mask. But anyway, the other characters, not too surprised. The old lords like Seleth and such, Robin, Crom, Felix, Bailiff being up there, and Violet. I can never call him. It just sounds so weird. I'm more surprised though that Sylvain and Ash scoring in the top 10 when the female Blue Lions counterparts don't even make top 20. Well, where's my Mercedes? Where's my Annette? They're just not there. They're not there at all. They just completely disappeared. Especially, considering, that things like the Reinhardt, or Alphonse and Liv, or even Fern and Fanaya! Now, I can't claim to know much about Ash as to see why he would rank in top 10, considering that all I know about him is that all he talks about is Lord Donato. And I suppose his harsh upbringing, but mostly Lord Lanato. Kind of like our boy Cyril. All he talks about is Rhea. But Sylvain, on the other hand, I guess I'm not too surprised. In my opinion, he's actually more than just a skirt chaser once you get to know him. So, for today's episode, we'll end things with this wonderful C support between him and Dedue to tell you where my newfound respect for him come from. Remember, this is a C support, so that means that he didn't even need to be close to other guys to tell him how it is. So, other than that, I have nothing else to say about CYL for the moment. Enjoy this nice support. I thank you all for watching. Until next time.
Dedue, hey. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not bothering you. Looks like you're pretty deep in thought.
Does it?
I just wanted to stop by and ask. It was your turn to cook last night, yeah?
Yes.
Well, it was great. I was wondering if you could give me some tips. You know, teach me how to cook. I hear a girl loves a man who can cook.
Sylvain,
Yeah?
you are from Fargus. You must understand how it appears for you to spend time with one from Dusker. To be near me is to invite tedious misunderstanding.
Oh, please. I don't care who misunderstands what about me. I talk to who I want. Besides, I believe the Dusker people are innocent.
You do?
Fargus and Dusker have been friendly since, heck, forever. So why would our old friends from Dusker just up and assassinate our king? It doesn't make sense. Sure, there are probably folks from Dusker who don't like Fargus. But do I think there's enough of them to mount an attack and slaughter the king and his whole company of elite guards?
It is difficult to believe, considering the discrepancy in skill and number.
Right? At most, I can see a misguided group of people from Dusker conspiring with someone else who had plans to dethrone the king. Maybe they were even lured into participating and used as scapegoats. Regardless, it doesn't concern you or the rest of your people. A person can't be judged by the worst of their kind. Or where would any of us be? Besides, people like to talk about me anyway, so let them talk. Okay, you're making a weird face. What did I say?
I have misjudged you. I was under the impression you only cared about women.
Well, I'm glad I've cleared up that misunderstanding. But really, there's no way I'm the only person who figured all that out. There must be people who think like me in Ferdiad, including His Highness.
Agreed. But whatever the truth, we are still perceived as traitorous assassins.
Once a misunderstanding takes hold, it isn't easy to clear the air. Not without solid evidence of the truth. But even if we found evidence that your people are innocent, those negative sentiments wouldn't disappear overnight. The only thing that can change that is time and effort. Depressing, isn't it?
Time and effort. Yes, I believe you're right.
Man, that got serious. Shouldn't we lighten things up with a nice cooking lesson?
Very well.